Hello everyone. My name is Sushmita and welcome to the Global Book Publishing Podcast. And today we have with us Dr. Falak. She is a best-selling author of the book The Soulmate Mantra. Yes, you heard it right. And she is a doctor by profession and she has been into healing homeopathy for the past 15 years and she has tremendous amount of experience. And through our interview today, through our chit chat today, you will be able to learn her journey of becoming a best-selling author and how she did it and how she is now doing great things with her book. So I want to now welcome Falak. Falak, welcome. So please go ahead and tell us about when did you actually decided to be an author or for that matter, a writer? And what was your greatest influence?
First of all, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here. And for me, the journey of becoming an author or my desire to be an author started years. I also had started writing, but never been able to finish it because I did not have any structure or guidance or anybody to coach me in the writing process. But only when I came to Canada and when I had the time and space to explore and deep dive within myself, I decided to, okay, this is it. I am taking this seriously. I am following my soul's desire to write, to bring a book out. And that was the time that I decided to become a published author, I can say.
Wonderful, wonderful. So what would you advise our aspiring authors who are actually in the process of writing and has been thinking about publishing their book? What would be your advice, Falak?
To all the aspiring authors out there, I would say that you are doing a disservice by not acting on your soul's calling of writing a book. And if you feel that you have a book inside of you, you do not have to wait. Just decide that you are going to bring it out. Hire a coach, hire someone who can help you bring your book out, and do not wait to do it all by yourself. At times, just our feeling of wanting to do it all by ourselves is stopping us or is an obstacle in not being able to be a published author. If you have a dream and desire to be a published author, to bring your book out into this world and be of service through your book to the through so many people out there who are waiting to be touched by your book, then I feel you are doing a disservice. So do not wait. I would say just invest in hiring someone who could help you write the book. And definitely global publishing and Shushmita is one of the best person to go to. So don't sit on the shore. You have to get into the ocean if you want to feel the waves.
So guys, you heard it. As she said, don't sit on the shore. Go get in the ocean, swim, and you will cross it. So that was a lovely, lovely piece of advice, Falak. And yes, it's true. Like sometimes we need to take that leap of faith and need to do it instead of keep thinking about doing it. So thank you for that. So Falak, I know you have been working full time. You are a mother and you are an amazing wife yourself. Like, how did you manage to actually find out time to even write? Because whenever I talk to people and aspiring writers, they're like, I don't have time. How did you manage your time being a full-time mother and a full-time working woman?
So being a mother of two, and having kids at home during the lockdown period, or having kids in the virtual school where you have to be by them. I have kids very young, and being a mom, having clients out there to help doing sessions with clients. Amongst all these things, I think one thing that really helped me was having you, who was there to tell me where did you reach, are you writing, you should finish thing. And the deadlines that I had, literally it made a huge difference, because it gives you an accountability of your work. Like, being a kind of a entrepreneur, or being your own boss, has definitely many advantages, but at the same time, at times in those advantages you lose out your goal or your focus. And at times there are months that I wouldn't be, like, I got lost when I was stuck in India during the lockdown. But it was you who reminded me, I understand you are a mother, but also you need to finish your book, right? So definitely that helps a lot. And in my mind, I had spared few hours of a day, like, when kids are to bed, and during the night, at least an hour or for two, or rising early in the morning where my head is clear. So, right, those were the times I would, just to finish that. To be on, to match with the deadlines, I would be like, no, I have to do this. Like, so I remember there were months where I have not written anything, and when I had a deadline, suddenly in a month I had half of the book ready with me. So I feel that that makes a huge difference, like, when you have a accountability partner to check on you and to motivate you and push you to write and remind you that you are committed to and you need to be on it.
Yes, totally. I totally agree that accountability is something which holds us, because life is happening to all of us all the time, and we take action, we feel it's important too, but when life starts happening, we feel like, our own importance, being a woman, we feel like we will take our needs as a on a backtrack, and then we don't finish it. So yes, that is a really great advice. And what she told is basically she converted her big goals into smaller chunks, and then she fitted it into her schedule so that she can keep continuing. See, guys, you don't have to write all the time, but find out that little bit time to write as well. So that is definitely Falak's advice. And greatest thing about her is she was stuck in India during that hardcore lockdown, and she utilized that period for good. When she got back to Canada, she actually finished her book, and we published it during lockdown, right? And Falak, what was your experience when your book became bestseller just after, like, 2 days of release, and when it was number one in the bestseller, also in the hot new releases? What was your experience? And, like, can you share that with all of us?
Having my book as a bestseller was one of my dreams come true, like, because when I was even writing my book, I didn't have just vision of finishing it and putting it out and, like, being available, but I had this vision that, okay, this is going to be a bestseller. And I told you as well, like, we have to make it as a bestseller. I'm so looking forward to it. And I was constantly, like, after it got released, I was looking it, and when I received your mail, I'm beyond words. Like, it was like one of my greatest dream coming true, and that best-selling author. And this is my first book, and having your first book as a bestseller is a huge accomplishment. So I was absolutely blown away in a very good way. I can say that.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure. And, like, I still remember when the book went, it was a number 3. Then we were constantly in touch with each other. We were like, we have to get up, like, we have to go get on the sales, and let's make, we are too close to number 1. Let's get the sales going. So having said that, Falak, I want to actually ask you that, and I'm sure this will benefit our viewers a lot, that, see, becoming a bestseller is not easy and doesn't happen very often. So what did you do that really helped reach that threshold? So if you can share your experience from your point of view about what you did, it will be really helpful.
For making it a bestseller?
Yes, for reaching that, like, when we reach.
Yeah,
a
definitely.
certain
Like,
threshold.
even before reaching this threshold, I had already informed all of my, I can say, friends, relatives, my clients, my audience, I can say, and I had kept them on their toes that, okay, it is going to release on the, and you have to support me by getting a copy of it, because this is the time where I really need your support. So I had really reached out to people. I did not wait there, like, till they say, oh, yeah, I literally followed up with them. Did you buy? I was on their head, like, okay, did you get a copy? Send me a picture. And they would, like, click a picture and send you, oh, we got a copy of your book. So I had, to be honest, I had made a list, my list of all those people whom I'm going to text, whom I'm going to call, whom I'm going to message, like, depending upon what is required. And I had asked them, like, okay, get ready. My book is going to come out and you have to get it ordered. So I had my list ready. I reached out to all those people with the text and everything. And I said that, okay, this is the time you, and I literally told them that you have to get it. And one of them, my friend said, oh, I'm not a book reader. No, you are getting it. You need to support me. You can gift it to someone. So that was,
That's amazing. That's amazing. Guys, you got to do this. I
yeah.
mean, he is amazing when it comes to, you got to ask people. See, if you don't ask people, if you shy down there, you will miss out on some opportunity. I mean, once you become a bestseller, you are always a best-selling author. It's like one of the biggest achievements. So, yeah, I mean, that's great, Falak. That's absolutely amazing. I'm sure our viewers, our listeners are definitely getting a lot of amazing advice from you. So, Falak, your book is a nonfiction book, and we always struggle about, like, nonfiction book being boring. And of course, although we are interested in other people's lives, but not really always if we have to read the whole book, up to a
Yeah.
100-page book. So, how did you make your book interesting and engaging for your audience? Because I see your book has received great reviews. It also has a review page. So, how did you do that for your book?
So, being a non-fiction book, I knew that, like, when even I read someone's kind of biography, it gets a little boring. So being a non-fiction, I have not just kept it as my life story, or because everyone might not be interested in knowing what I went through or what was happening to me, but through my life experiences, through my story in parts, like, I have also included my client experiences. So it is not just about me, about someone whom I helped through that phase. So the audience can relate to similar situations where they too have gone through that, and how they can resolve those things. Apart from that, I had also added few stories, like, few stories that are that have a moral, and depending, and through that stories I have given a message. So that stories are very engaging. So that is one of the things. And also I have so this is a non-fiction book, but it is also kind of a way that would force you to introspect within yourself. So at the end of each chapter, I have kept some questions that would help each reader to go within themselves and work on their self, like, and answer those questions, and that would help them to introspect or get into certain deeper aspects of themselves, like, to if, because the book is about relationships, so they would it would help them look within themselves, that what is their aspect in themselves, what is the beliefs, the emotions, or what they are that is blocking them from experiencing the love that they desire in their life. So this is how it is, like, just not just a life story or something, but it is completely having like, hands-on experience book, where they can get an experience from someone's experience. You don't have to go through several relationships in order to learn a lesson. Here are the experiences, learn out of it, and you can also introspect within yourself. So it becomes very engaging in a way.
Absolutely, totally agree. It's like very important for a nonfiction book, even if it is a memoir kind of a book, you need to incorporate not only your story, but the stories of others around so that they can have more examples to learn from, more stories to hear, and have a different perspective. And at the same time, having exercises, modules, and like making them take action really helps in like, having the readability of nonfiction book. I totally agree. So, Falak, tell me, how did becoming an author really helped you in your business?
Um, yes, being like, as I started writing the book on relationships, I realized I already had started having people around me who needed help in their relationships. And this is how, while writing the book, even before I finished it, I was able to develop my coaching business around the book, and where I can pitch it to my clients that, okay, this is what I am an expert in, and this is what I am writing about. So, like, when people hear that, okay, you are writing about something and you are like writing a book on relation, oh my god, so that's huge, right? That the person definitely have some experiences with the clients, and with people with their life journey as well, which they can pass on or provide to us. So they definitely find value in what they are offering, more value in what you are here to offer. So definitely that helped me bring in more clients and establish my business even before I had finished writing the book. So I think this is one of the best ways where you can have your business develop around your book.
And how did actually writing your book, once you, as you said, that while writing your book, you were already being taken very seriously because now you are an author. And once you're working on your book, you are an author. But after publishing a book, after becoming a bestseller, how did it help in really increasing your business, if you
Yeah.
can?
So I definitely realized, like, through the work and through the trainings also that you offer, that the time and energy and that I was investing in my clients, in my coaching business, was way more than the value that I was receiving, like, in the form of money. And later on, like, as I finished my book, I realized that this the same, so I'd almost doubled my price of my coaching and mentorship program. And I that was a very beautiful experience, because it really challenged my worth as a author, as someone who is establishing oneself in the genre, like, of being a relationship coach. And it really challenged me, because I felt, you have all those double doubts in your head. Oh, who's going to pay you so much? Or suddenly, why you are jumping off so much? Like, oh, no, 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 it is too much, nobody will come to you, or nobody would say yes for this price, like, so I did have those doubts, but I knew in my heart that what I am offering is something that is worth this much. Like, of course, the service and the healings and the space that I hold for my clients is beyond money can buy, to be honest. But then when you have to give a worth, I realize that this is what it is I would like to receive, and I would feel fulfilled in doing what I am doing. So this is what then I decided, okay, this is the price that I want to offer. And and definitely being a best-selling author gives you that confidence in you, and you and people are there and they look up to you as a authority in your business. Like, oh, you are a writer, you are a best-selling author, definitely, like, they look up to you with that respect, and with that they find that confidence in you. So I feel that it makes a huge difference, and that helped me to redefine my worth as a coach or as a healer in my area of relationship that I help my clients with. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Falak, tell me, what does being a successful author really look like or mean to you?
It's definitely me. For me, like, I had a background of being a doctor all my life. I would say half of my life, not even half, till now, like, just few years back, till I moved to Canada in 2018. So till then I had always identified myself as a doctor, but only when I came to Canada and I had that transition phase of what do I want to do next, like, in that phase I discovered a feeling that, okay, I can be this, I want to do this, and I can be this. And being a best-selling author, like, completely, when I post on Facebook, and, like, when I post pictures with my book, people are amazed to see, and they say, oh, one of the comments that I just read today was, oh, nice to see your new avatar, like, and I was like, oh yeah, new avatar, definitely, because I was completely in a different zone, and being author and completely exploring a new aspect of myself. It's like, discovering my new self of me. So that is that, being an author, it's really fulfilling. It's really, and more than fulfilling, it is like, being an author is a way to reach out to more and more people with your work. Like, you have a international appearance. Your book has an international face. Like, when I say that, it is available all over the world. And even for me, like, when there is a person who's in Germany, and she tagged me that, oh, I received your book, so my book is going to Germany, it's going to India, it's going to US, it's there in Canada, it's going to Brazil. So all those people are there getting. So it gives, just imagine the exposure that you are having through, like, so many people, and these people are going to read it, talk about it, and more people are going to know it. So it definitely, it's a wonderful way to keep yourself out in the world with your message, whatever you have, whether it be a fictional book or a non-fictional book, but your work is going to go and influence so many people out there. So I feel this is one of the best mediums through which you can reach out to an international audience. Like, through, when you do a Facebook post or an Instagram post, you are only reaching out to those people who are on your friends list, right? And mostly who are from the place that you live in. Suppose if I'm belonging to Canada or India, I would be having most of my friends lists from only from that country, and I wouldn't expect anyone from Germany reading my post or what I do. But the book gives you that exposure of having an international audience, and a huge exposure one can get, and you can reach out to a larger, huge audience, and put out your work out there in respect to what message you want to give out to the world.
Yes, that's absolutely true. It's like once you become an international author, once your book is available on so many different countries, and it not only just it fulfills you, and you look at yourself as an accomplished person.
Yeah.
People who are buying your book, they also look at you as an accomplished author, because it is not everybody's cup of tea, first of all, to write and publish a book, and second thing is, it's not everybody's cup of tea to have such international audience, definitely. So yeah, throughout the phase of writing, I know you had many memories, and so tell me, like, some funny memories that you had, like, throughout your publishing journey.
Yeah, there are many, I guess so. And there were I can say that that was not funny, but it was very deep. And I think since most of the authors might be going through such what we call as a writer's block, right? I remember this time when I had completely stopped writing. I had still few chapters to go, but I would not write, and I would say, oh, I have kids and they are at home, and I do not have time, or I would find all sorts of excuses to not to write. And just in one day in silence, when I sat with myself and I asked myself that, why am I not writing? What is that? what is stopping me from writing. And like, a small voice creeped in from inside, and it said that if you finish your book, it would be out and everybody would know that you are such a bad writer. So it was my inner critical voice that was stopping me, that, oh, nobody was going to read it, nobody is going to like it, like, that was. And I was so scared of finishing it, and in a way that was stopping me from finishing it. And the moment I realized that, I just dusted off that voice that was there, the inner critical voice that I have also mentioned about in my book. Go read it if you feel that for yourself. So like, that I just dusted off that voice, that no matter what, I'm not going to think of the outcome that I'm going to have. I'm just, right now my focus is to finish it, is to complete it with the best that I can do, and rest we will see later. So I just detached myself of the outcome that the book is going to have, and I just focused on, okay, this is my job right now, and later we will see later, like, just that. So that was a really it was funny, because like, I was escaping around to, "Oh, I have no time, I'm too tired with kids and this and that, and I have so much to go around, and I'm this," all excuses. But actually it was just my fear that was stopping me from finishing the book. So that was really, I really would never forget that.
Yes, of course, I agree. Like writer's block is a real thing. It's just that sometimes we are scared in ourselves, and that is what, like, we are scared to face the world because we are scared of the unknown. What will happen? Will someone like my style of writing? So that stops us from taking action. But at the same time, we have to believe that the knowledge that we have gathered doing research, writing an article or a blog is not a big deal, but creating a 200-page book requires real deal and knowledge. So we have to sometimes believe in ourselves that, the knowledge that I have gathered and the amount of research we have done, we have to take action. I am definitely here. So
Yeah.
from that, so definitely, I totally agree, and I'm sure our listeners would agree that about that too. So Falak, last but not the least, I want to ask, like, what would be your one piece of advice that you would like to give to young writers?
I would not give one piece of advice, but I'll give two advices. Like, the first thing is, I want every author, who have even a thought of writing a book, I want them to believe in yourself, that you can do it, believe in your calling to be an author. And the second piece of advice is to hire a coach, hire Shushmita, hire a book writing coach. That is really, really necessary, because when you are writing your first book, you do not have a map, you do not have your compass, right? So having a coach or a publisher who is helping you write the book actually acts like a map or a compass that would help you navigate through the oceans or through the sea, and it would help you reach your destination. Or there are full chances that you might get lost, you do not know, and you do not finish your book. So I feel that rather than being in a way where I can do it by myself, I don't need help, it's a lot of money, I would say just dive in, just believe in yourself, and you are worthy of that investment. Your work is worthy of that investment. And definitely, this would literally fasten your journey in becoming an author. It would be like, updating yourself or upgrading yourself and reaching your destination much more faster than that you have imagined. I had sat upon the idea of writing the book. I had started writing the book, but it is not possible without a map, without a guidance, without what way you want to write, how you would be able to write. But just by little nudge and guidances and having a structure to it, it becomes much, much easier. So these are the two advices that I would give anybody who's thinking of writing a book.
Wonderful, definitely, and wonderful advice, Falak. And thank you for sharing it with our viewers and our listeners. I'm sure they feel totally admired. So here is her book, and this is how it looks. And this is available on Amazon throughout the world, and we have shared the link here in the comment section and here in the video. The link is here. You can type the URL and you can go ahead and buy her book. This is one of the best book we have worked on, and it is really life changing. And this is how it looks again. So go ahead, get your copy, and I'm sure you will love it. And yes, write review. That's important.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, do write a review.
So yeah, I mean, it was lovely having you today, Falak. It was a great chat with you, and I wish you all the success. And I wish you keep writing more books and publishing more books and keep changing people's lives. I hope our viewers and our listeners have had a great time listening to Falak, and I'm sure she has inspired you all with that. My name is Sushmita, and I'm going to see you and I'm going to meet you again very soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.